Ciao, buongiorno, mi chiamo Zach. So I decided to try and learn Italian for 30 days. And oh yeah, did I mention I'd be doing this in Italy? And that was the real reason for it, because I'd be there for, around 2 months. So I should learn the language, right? But I gotta do it as soon as I get there. And whenever I hear about someone trying to learn Italian, the first thing that comes to my mind is that Inglourious Bastard scene when Brad Pitt is like, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
So my only goal was to not be like that.
Grazie.
So what Italian words do I know right now? Buongiorno, pizza, spaghetti, pasta. And I know my accent is just perfect there. I have an Italian editor who's gonna love every second of this video. He's just smiling right now, listening to my amazing pronunciation of buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
I'll see you guys in Italy. Okay, welcome to day 1 of learning Italian in Italy. So I'll show you guys, I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna start trying to talk to someone in Italian on day 1. I did do 2 years of high school Italian, but that was over 10 years ago, so I really don't remember it. So this really, I think, is day 1. But I think the best way to do it, or in my limited time of learning new languages, realize what words you say a lot in this other language. So for example, I say a lot, I want, can I have, is it possible, maybe, and so, therefore. So I like to translate those words first and make sure they're up here. And then I just go to the most common verbs and start to memorize the most common verbs and their conjugations. And then I finally, this is the best way to do it, talk to someone whose their native language is Italian. And I'm in Bologna right now, I'm in a place where they speak Italian. I'm gonna pause now and I'll restart it when we talk to the first person. Buongiorno.
Come stai?
Sto bene, tu?
Bene, grazie. Vuoi dirmi qualcosa prima che iniziamo? Gli obiettivi.
Non lo so. Lo so. Come stai? Ciao. And then...
Ok.
1 hour later.
Ho finito. My brain hurts. I was doing that for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. My brain hurts. But I think if I did this like every day for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, my Italian, it's gotta get better. It's gotta get better. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, day 1, I'm done. I'm gonna go mangio pasta. So when I first got there, I studied intensely, just like I did for Spanish. I did 3 to 4 hours of SoundCloud lessons a day. I was doing 400 Anki flashcards on Italian a day. Buonasera, giorno numero 2. Mi scusi per la luce, the lights, però mi piace I genti degli, non lo so, degli Italia, è molto generoso, molto, come si dice, happy. Okay, that was my Italian, trying to speak Italian. But at the end of day 2, I'm speaking Italian like all day. But I really feel like doing Spanish before has helped me out a ton. So my Italian got a jump start because I was in Bologna, and I would be in Bologna for the next couple of weeks learning Italian. So I began eating at restaurants, going to coffee shops, talking to old people, and just trying to speak the language, and it was dismal. I could say, can I have this? Posso avere questo? Or something like that. But then they would add the conditional tense, they'd add, would you like more or less? And I'd just be completely lost. And they would switch to English. Dia numero 3. Dia spagnolo. Giorno numero 3. È molto bene quando parlo gente d'Italia perché mi aiuta. It helps me, non lo so. Mi aiuta quando parlo con I persone d'Italia. Okay, day 3. That's what I was trying to say there, and if it made no sense, this is what I was trying to say in English. It really helps to just talk with someone who's like a native Italian speaker, because you learn so much by just listening to the words they say, but making sure that you're saying things right, because a lot of times they'll understand you, like kind of like what you were trying to say, but I'm trying to say things right? So it's nice when I say, okay, did I say that right? Or what do I say? È corretto. But yeah, but it really helps because they'll be like, oh no, you should actually say it this way or use this accent or accent this part of the word, which we don't really think about when we speak English, or I don't think about it when I speak English. But yeah, day 3, good. It gets more fun. It gets more fun when you kind of can speak a little bit more. Thankfully, however, the next day was my first day of formal classes. Where I really learned was going home after school and doing my own private lessons, my own individual one-on-one classes. Buongiorno, giorno numero 6, penso. Ieri ho iniziato a imparare futuro, per esempio camminarò, però è molto difficile perché voglio fit it. Okay, that's the end. That's all I got. Soon I'll be able to hopefully do a full one of these in Italian, but right now, day 6, it's still just, there's too little words I know. The conjugations are just a little too tough and they're not coming to me. The present tense conjugations I can do, the simple past conjugations I can do, but now I've started to learn the conditional, the future, the like movement, continuous past, the continuous forward, like I am walking or I was walking. And it's tough, but hopefully if I can get these tenses down and a little more just vocabulary in the next week, maybe in the next week and a half, I'll be able to have some real conversations, I think, but okay, week number 1, pretty much done. Getting all these conjugations around in my head was pretty tough, but around week 3, they finally started to stick in my head. Buongiorno, giorno numero 18 de imparare italiano. Italiano, quando ho iniziato a studiare italiano era più facile a spagnolo, però adesso quando sono medio ambulante, mi piace la lingua perché la lingua è bellissima e mi piace il suono similare a cantare. What I was trying to say there, let's see if it made any sense, is in the beginning, things went much faster. I mean, I got to this stage pretty quickly, but now things are tough because I'm pretty much at the extent of my Spanish level. But it's okay. I think once I get over this hurdle, you can see I'm kind of close to being able to talk continuously, but in the present and the immediate past. But okay, day number 18, definitely improved, but I'm hitting the wall now at this point. 12 more days. And an interesting thing about living and learning Italian in Italy is that I would try to speak to many Italians during the day. Even I made some like local Italian friends, some Bolognese, and during the day they just would speak to me in English. The only time they would speak to me in only Italian is when we would go out at night. And all their friends, they only spoke Italian then, and I was like, this is perfect, finally, I can just speak Italian. And that was one of the best things for me because even though my Italian was awful, it was enough to get by and it was enough to understand everything that was going on around me. I learned quickly that I can understand pretty much everything, but speaking was the hard part. So what I learned is when you want your Italian friends to start speaking Italian, just introduce a couple of Aperols, a couple of gin lemon, and they'll speak Italian. Ciao ragazzi, oggi è giorno numero 22. Penso che io imparare molto bene, però è più difficile perché quando voglio imparare per esempio condizionale o soggettivo o per esempio futuro, per esempio andrò, sarò o condizionale, like, mi piacerebbe, è più difficile per me perché è ultimo che so da spagnolo e ho usato che ho imparato da spagnolo per parlare italiano. E anche mi piace italiano molto, è bellissima lingua e quando sto parlando la lingua è molto divertente, non lo so, è molto divertente a parlare con persone di Italia naturale. Sono in Sardegna adesso e per 5 giorni e è bellissima. E per esempio vedi la portana qui e... Scusate, scusi. Mi piace le parole male, però per oggi è finale. Al finale da parlare in italiano. Allora, mi piace parola allora moltissimo e buonissimo parola. E allora, ciao ragazzi, e 5 giorni, no, 8 giorni più, 8 giorni più. Ciao. Buongiorno, oggi è finale day per studiare italiano. Sono in Val di Orce, che bella vista qui, no? Bellissima, qui è UNESCO Heritage Sita, non lo so che dire, però essere vero non ho praticato italiano per 2 o 3 giorni perché per il finale giorni voglio diventare, voglio correre, voglio camminare, voglio avere felice, non lo so che dire. E allora, quando sto studiando italiano, è bellissima, è molto diventare e mi piace molto. Mi amo italiano e mi preferisco italiano a spagnolo perché mi piace quando ascolto la lingua dire. Però oggi è finale giorno. Sì, è bella esperienza, è bella paese, è belle persone. Ritorno a Italia. Certamente ritorno a Italia. Grazie. Ciao. But it has been a really, honestly, fantastic experience here. Just look at this. Insanity. Okay. Goodbye, Italy. It's been great. So, at the end of my Italian journey, at the end of my time in Italy, I was pretty sad to be going, but amazed at my progress after just 4 weeks of learning Italian. Using my previous kind of knowledge of learning a little bit of a language from Spanish and applying that to Italian helped so much. And now I can see how these language masters like Jaume on YouTube get it. Because once you kind of figure out how you learn, you can really advance pretty quickly. Now, I wasn't fluent in any means, but I could hold a conversation for a couple of minutes. I could understand everything that was going on. Imagine what would happen after 2 months there or a year. But it's just like what I learned kind of in my Spanish experience. When you speak a little bit of the language, when you have a little bit of these interactions, unknown unknowns are unlocked. You get to see sides of the culture, people, meet people, talk to people that you would never, ever be able to if you didn't speak a little bit. Oh yeah, and there is no such thing as a rush there. It doesn't exist. And did I mention the food? The food was not this. The food was... Grazie mille, Italia. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.